hurry it through though.
Okay, let's kick this off with the Pledge of Allegiance. Flags in the corner. All right. Pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. All right, thank you everybody for joining us today. If you wish to speak on an agenda item, please wait for an invitation from the board chair during that discussion. For comments on other than school district matters, you may speak during the designated public comment period. Before speaking, state your name and keep remarks brief. Respectful conduct is expected at all times, and the chair may interrupt or end comments that are too long, off topic, inappropriate, or violate privacy rights. This is a school board business meeting held in a public setting. Thank you for your cooperation in keeping it professional and on track. Second item is to review and adopt the agenda. Molly, you have the digital version, right?
That's great.
I'm gonna hold the minutes up for you, because I don't think you have a copy of that for the second half, for the last meeting. It's okay.
I motion we adopt the agenda.
We have a first and a second.
I'll second it.
We're having a first and second. All those in favor?
Aye.
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 All right, motion carries. Public comment. The next agenda item is the public comment. This is an opportunity for the public to share brief comments of no more than 3 minutes on matters not listed on the agenda. Legal issues and complaints should follow the grievance process outlined in policy 1700. The board will not respond to comments during the meeting, as its role is to listen and consider public input rather than engage in discussion. Do we have any public comment? All right, no public comment. Agenda item 4, approve the minutes for May 12, 2026 and May 12, 2026 organizational meeting. Is it in focus enough?
I have to abstain.
Okay, we got 3 of us. We got this.
Molly, in the morning, I will send you a copy though of these minutes just so you can see them. Normally they're part of the board packet, but I didn't get those, so I apologize.
No problem, thank you.
Hmm?
I motion we approve the minutes from May 12th, 2026.
Do we have a second?
I'll second that.
Having a first and second, all to adopt the meetings from the minutes from May 12, 2026 and May 12, 2026 organizational meeting. All those in favor? Aye. All those opposed? Motion carries. Line item 5 is approval of claims and warrants.
And I sent you a digital copy of that, Molly, of the claims and warrants today. Yeah,
Okay, yes, I have that, thank you.
great. And the very last page shows what you guys need to say in your motion.
Okay.
Yes.
This line item for CARE is horticulture supplies. It comes up as employee payroll. Is that to reimburse?
I have no idea. I'm looking into that.
Okay.
There's something on the May 4th payroll, I believe, because that date on there is, I wanna say that's
I don't know why it's coming up as payroll, is what it was horticulture supplies reimbursement to Ashley Becker. I did, and so for the horticulture class, but I'm not sure why it's coming up that way. So it was part of her science supplies. I realized that this afternoon.
That's what I figured.
Yeah.
It still looks very odd in there.
Yep.
I would say I love that this is how this is formulated now. It makes it so much easier to digest.
There's more to read, but it's
I know, but it helps
organized and good, yeah.
so much.
The Black Mountain reports are very similar to this kind of layout, so I like that too.
I have a question.
Yes.
Are we already using a custodial service, this Hilliard?
No, Hilliard is where we get all of our custodial supplies.
Oh, supplies, okay.
Yep,
I
those
thought
are
it
the
was like,
supplies.
Like toilet paper, paper towels,
Gotcha.
cleaning, stuff like that.
And we did a large order prepping us for fall, so that's why it's a pretty good amount.
Yeah, we got a lot of stuff this go.
Question, what is,
Hold on, Molly, I'm trying to fix it. I muted you somehow.
oh yeah, no worries.
Okay, you're good.
I questioned the difference between consulting days, side-by-side educational perspective.
Yeah, I was just gonna ask that.
Yep, that is part of the Montana Reads grant.
Okay,
And so we have to have consultants as part of the grant. So Side by Side Consulting is the group we have, and they come in and they work with our teachers and they do professional development for us. They work with our instructional coach as well. So that's all paid out of the Montana Reads grant. It's nothing out of our general fund.
got it, thank you.
You bet.
I am very pleased with how much, pleasantly surprised, for the price of Garden City's garden guitar program, and knowing that we have the grant to hopefully have Mr. Navalny return, we can have him for almost the whole year,
Yes.
if he's willing.
And we paid that not out of the general fund either. It was advanced opportunities for our kids since it was across the board for advanced opportunities for them for Friday school.
Fantastic. Okay. Well, you other comments for that one? Are you good?
I don't have any comments.
Okay. Okay.
I motion that we approve the May payroll and direct deposits of $192,693.37 and claims 3119563 through 3119641 in the amount of $112,470.46.
Do we have a second?
I can second the motion.
All right, having a first and second to approve, claims and warrants for the May payroll and direct deposit in the amount of $192,693.37. And claims number 3119563 through 3119641 in the amount of $112,470.46. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All those opposed? No one's opposed, motion carries. All right, on to reports. Administrator report from Superintendent Sierra.
Great, on my list, I met with Matt yesterday after I got back, our facility summer cleaning list, they are almost finished in elementary already, so they're ahead of schedule over there. It's Matt and Connie, and then Devin Hill and MJ Seidel are working this summer, doing all their cleaning for us, and so Connie said that things are moving a lot faster than they normally do, which is a good thing, for our kids. Floors in our elementary will be done end of June, and then the gym will be done in July. We're redoing all the floors, just not resurfacing, just resealing. And, all the hardwood in elementary and in the cafeteria will be redone as well. We do that annually. And then we are still working on spaces. I have, our special ed and intervention teacher were using the music room last year. So they cannot anymore because we have music in there, and so we've moved people around just a little bit, but I'm still looking for one more space, trying to figure out where I'm gonna fit our last intervention teacher, possibly moving the teacher's lounge, making that a classroom, and then we've gotta figure out where our teacher's lounge is gonna be. So everything else is pretty good. Our special ed is going to do a little bit more push in the elementary since we don't have an actual space for them, and so we'll work through that as well. But if we can figure out a way to add on a few classrooms, that'd be wonderful. Sarah and I are working, actually, she's finishing fiscal year 26 right now. We're going to hold off on fiscal year 27 until after July 1st, just so she can clean up, finalize everything that's going on there. It's been a busy first month for her. Learning lots, I would say. Yes. Year end is June 30th, and so just trying to get everything closed out for the end of June for this fiscal year. Make sure that we're on target there. The great news is we have some extra general fund money that will be moved into our interlocal fund as that little savings account, which is always helpful. So we don't know the exact amount yet as we're trying to close out, but I'll have that for you guys, that information in July. It'll be nice to have a little bit of extra money in there, a little cushion. Hiring night custodian, that has been up for about 3 months, trying to find a night custodian. So I have on here a possibility hiring of Puritan Cleaning that I would like to talk about just a little bit. This year we've had such a mix and match of night custodians. We had Steve at the beginning of the year, he left, so then Matt was doing some of it, then we hired a student who worked for a little bit, and then that student quit, and then we were trying to hire new students, and the students are constantly going to sports or Skills USA, and so they're super busy also, and then trying to figure out overtime and those kinds of things with Matt. That's why I would like to at least look at this proposal and kind of talk about it. Budgeting wise, I think we're not losing any money. Actually, it's gonna save us a little bit of money because of the overtime hours with Matt and because of the extra students and trying to fill in subs all the time. So I think it would actually save us a little bit of money when I did the calculations for both things. Assistant cook, we still have not had one application for that either, unfortunately. Kelly Falstrom, who is the assistant cook this year, has said that she'll fill in if we don't have somebody right at the beginning of the school year. She is being hired as our building substitute. She'd like to be a little bit more mobile and be in classrooms and do different things instead of just in the kitchen, but she'll help us out there if we don't have anybody. So if anybody knows anybody looking for an assistant cook position, Connie's looking for somebody to help her out in there. It's quite a tough job, heavy lifting, those kinds of things, and it's a busy 10 hours for them. So it has been up.
Opportunity to move into Connie's position, cause she'll be retiring.
Yes,
In a year, she was
yep,
saying, so.
yeah. And so that was the other top. Kelly was thinking that maybe that would be the route, and she just realized with some health things and those kinds of things that was not going to be a position that she could stay for long term. So to do it for a year or so, didn't make sense. So those two, otherwise, we're looking really good, and actually, we're going to have a little bit of wiggle room with one of our paraprofessionals as some students have moved, and so that'll be helpful for us also, and helpful for Katie Soares in her scheduling with all the special ed classes that she has. I keep talking about this, the comprehensive schools, just so excited for our students and staff that we were able to move out of that Title I support. It's a great thing. Along with that, our Title I monitoring, everything came back clear on that. I've been talking about that for a few months, finding all those documents and those kinds of things for Title I, for our special ed, for our homeless liaison. There's about 8 different things, and all of that came back clear. I had turned that in May 1st, and we're good to go for 5 years on those reports as well. Our strategic plan is ready for approval that I would like to do in our August meeting. And so we've got a couple of things I wanted to update with our assessment scores and put that in there just to show the growth that we've already had in year 0, and then we'll actually finalize that in August. And technology, our tech team will be here most of July going through all of our technology. We're going to have a surplus sale July 15th, and so we have a lot of Chromebooks that are older and they no longer will hold like our testing platform and those kinds of things, so they are no longer useful for us here, so we'll sell those. We're waiting on the laptops still, but they had said they think there should be about 50 of those, at least to start. We had talked about 200, but 50 would help with staff and with our high school, having those new ones, and then those older ones can move over to the elementary that the high school is using, so we'll be fine across the board there. The surplus sale, like I said, will be July 15th. I will post that July 1st. It has to be posted in the Mineral County newspaper, on our website, those kinds of things. We have some curriculum that we also have to put out at the surplus sale before we can dispose of it. And we're talking curriculum from the 1980s and 90s, but state law has these things that we have to step through. So we'll put that out. If anybody's interested in some old curriculum, we'll have some for sale for you all. And the tech team, we're going to go through, we've got a couple of systems. Alicia's going to be here a ton also, and just trying to get our systems in place a little bit better for students that move in, staff that moves in, and just making sure that, okay, you're a new staff member, here's the checklist of things that we need to do. Right now it's like, oh, you have to do this, and you have to do this, and then they try to get into a program and can't, and we're trying to dig in, so putting together an actual checklist that we're following every single time for new staff and new students. And the same thing when somebody leaves. We just had Chelsea leave, and it was like, oh, we need to cancel email, we need to cancel this. And so just having those procedures, I think, will be really helpful, so spending a lot of time with them. So you'll see in August some pretty big bills from them, but we have the money in next year's tech firm that'll take care of that, and some of our general fund for those extra hours that we'll spend with our tech people. Montana Reads Grant, we had 5 teachers actually go to Bozeman for the Summer Institute. They spent 5 days there, professional development. They got to choose which classes they wanted to go to, and then they'll come back and present. Katie Soares reached out and said it was amazing. Lots of special ed topics for her that were really helpful, and then also networking with other special ed teachers. So she was really excited. Rachel and Danny were there and spent a full day with our Montana Reads consultants and did a bunch of work to get the things started for next year for us as well. So great that they had that opportunity. Side by Side Consulting, their contract is ready for another year. And then we will start the school year August 12th with all staff with Side by Side. We're going to do a full day of professional development, some team building things, some beginning of the year, how to start the year off on a positive note for staff and get students in here on a positive note also. And so everything's well with the Montana Reads Grant. Couple miscellaneous things. Graduation for those of you that were there, it went great. We had 10 graduates and 7 8th graders. Everything went really well there. Our attendance committee has, we put together an attendance committee this year. I've talked a little bit about attendance and the different things that we have tried to do. Attendance has grown, but we're still looking for other ideas, and so they put together an attendance committee, and we have the first 90 days of school, just some really fun things to get kids here, to get staff here, to really celebrate that. At open house, we're going to talk a little bit about attendance. We're gonna have a bingo card for families to fill out for prizes and those kinds of things, but just really trying to, let staff, or let families know, we want your kids here, you know, they learn when they're here, so you'll see lots of things come across on that. The career fair also was a huge success. We've already met and started talking about next year's career fair and have already added, I think, 10 different companies that were, our IT team, for example, they were like, why weren't we invited? We would have loved to have had a table. And so lots of different people have reached out and said, we'd love to join you next year. It went really, really well. Kids, the feedback was great. And our community partners, also their feedback was great. They loved talking to the kids. They said the kids were really respectful, really interested in what was going on. So that will be an annual event that we will continue working on. And obviously the positive press that we've seen through KPAX, Mineral County Career Fair, the award, the comprehensive schools things, and it's great to have that out, looking at all the great things that are happening at Alberton School, so makes me very proud of that first year. Couple of things, the next thing that I wanna talk about is for our handbook in the fall. So I need feedback from you guys on this. Currently, we have in policy that students, if we have English 9, for example, we will not offer that to homeschool or to students in our community because we're offering it here. We have a family that came to us and said that their daughter would like to do all MTDA courses, almost like homeschool, so it would be distance learning, but they want her to be enrolled here so we can still get the A and B. They'll pay for the MTDA courses, and then we will still get her high school A and B for her to do that. Right now it says that we don't do that because it kind of opens a can of worms, you know. There are pros and cons. We could get some homeschool kids, but it also puts more work on here to track those MTDA courses, those kinds of things. Doesn't cost us any more money if we put into policy, yes, we will house it here, but parents have to pay for those courses if they want to, like the parent we have now. So I told the parent I would reach out to the board and see how you guys felt about offering that to the students. The family is very communicative, so I feel like they'll work very well with us, but that won't necessarily happen with every family. And if we open it to one, we have to open it to all. It'll go into policy and it'll go into our handbook that this is what Alberton School is now doing.
This is a can of worms that I personally want to open. I think that there are upsides for that, especially if we do have folks from homeschool community that would be interested in being enrolled in our district for A&B money. Another thing is, while we do have all the awesome things that come with being an exceptionally small district, sometimes there are students that I do not think jive with specific educators, and if they have an alternative option to complete that course, when otherwise they might find themselves failing due to a clash, might open some doors that keep students coming here when they might not otherwise come here. So
basically that means that even if a student is here and enrolled in multiple classes, but they don't want to take one here, they can do it online, but then still attend the rest of their classes in person?
So we could do both of those. So we could have students that do just, let's say they don't like Josie's class. Josie's teaching English, or Josie's teaching Algebra 1, for example, and they struggle with Josie and they just can't connect with how she teaches. We could then offer it as an MTDA course instead, that we're not going to help teach that. The parent will have to work with the kid in those kinds of things with it. But it gives kids more of an opportunity, and then they could come back next year and have Jake for geometry if they wanted to, for example. And so they could do it for just one class for math, or we could have families that say, I want all 7 of my classes to be digital academy classes through MTDA, and there are enough of them that we could offer that. And so they would be what we call a distance learner, but they would still be under our umbrella, and we would get the A&B money for them, so they would take their courses at home. This student has her courses figured out, and she wants to go to graduation here, but she just would prefer to do it at home, her courses, and so, yeah.
And this would allow these students to participate in extracurricular
Yes.
football,
Kids already can if they're homeschooled, that's state law, but yes, they can do that as well.
Maybe
Might
we'll
a
be
little
more
encouraging,
attractive.
yeah.
And you might get more homeschool kids that are interested in some of those high school classes, you know, and then just start pulling a little bit of that in, yeah.
Was the workload for, sorry, am I allowed to talk?
Yeah, absolutely.
What's the workload for the school or the teachers?
So
Is it
the
just
only thing we
fine?
have to do is we have to register them. They're in Infinite Campus already, so we register them in MTDA. Kara has to go through and register them just like she does the other courses. But there's no tracking of that. We right now, we get online weekly, we look at the kids to make sure that they're passing or not passing, meet with kids that are not. I would probably set up something where if the kid isn't doing what needs to be done, Kara reach out monthly or something like that, but it's not gonna be more work, and it will be no work for the regular ed teachers.
And we house a lot of those kids, I have a lot of those kids that have just been in my classroom doing their MTDA courses while I'm teaching another course or whatever, and they may have a question here or there that I'm more than willing to help them with, but it gives them a lot, like we've had kids take criminology and just course offerings that we don't have here, and then they can also count some of those courses towards dual credit as well, so they can be getting that option that I know we've talked a lot about at previous board meetings, where they can be getting that college credit and that MTDA course, and it's coming for here, so on my perspective, it's a win-win.
I have just some personal, like, something to add. I ended up going to kind of like an alternative high school so that I could graduate a whole year early, and I did all online schooling, and I graduated high school a year early just because I wanted to get done with high school and get on with my life, so.
And that's a great thing to add, we actually have a student that's going to be a junior this year. He's taking 4 summer classes and through MTDA, and then he will take his other 7 credits as a junior, and he'll graduate a year early because he's ready to move on also. So that opens that window just a little bit more that direction, also for students that are in-house, open those summer courses and that kind of thing.
Does MTDA only cover high school students, or is this middle school, elementary as well? I don't
Middle
know.
school,
Okay.
it starts in 7th grade.
Okay.
And there are a few MTDA courses that we can offer. We can offer foreign language for middle school kids, personal finance for middle school kids, so we can start open. We haven't opened that up yet, but we certainly can.
And I guess, so let's say for middle school, there's MTDA and they have French. How do we make sure and they decide, I'm gonna take it here now in high school. How do we make sure the curriculum matches? Or is there,
They share out that with, you can ask and request that from MTDA. I know we had I don't know if it was a grant last year, but they were willing to share all of that stuff to understand what are the kids doing and whatnot. And just like you were saying earlier, Pat, I do grade checks on all the kids that are participating in anything, and I check all their MTDA stuff too. And that allows them to go to things, and it doesn't allow them to go to, it still counts, they are still a student here as well.
love it.
So what it would take is just for me to edit what it says right now in our handbook and then to update our policy, which would be helpful as well because it just talks more about personalized learning and opens the window just a little bit there. So if you guys are open with that, I will bring that to our next board meeting to approve that. So, we're fine for 10 minutes. You can exit though if you want to right now, so we don't see that on Molly's face. Talk faster, Pat, we only have 10
Okay, sorry.
minutes. Just
No more
kidding.
questions.
Actually, it's my fault. Any other questions on that? Are you guys okay with me going ahead and pursuing that?
I would be.
Great,
I think
Okay.
this is,
Okay. Sounds great.
actually amazing opportunity for our district.
I will make sure that I take care of that this summer. And then one thing that I did not have mentioned on my superintendent's report, but I wanted to let you guys know is the grants committee that works on some different grants that did the facilities grants, we did 2 art grants this spring. One for Superman coming, it's an Indian Ed for All presentation, a native speaker comes in, and we got that grant for $2,500. It's a matching grant, and our Indian Ed for All funds will pay for the other half. And so we'll plan on having Superman here in the fall, K-12 assembly. And then we also got a $4,200 arts grant to keep our Friday music program. Yes, so very exciting.
Fantastic stuff.
Both of those things, so that money will be coming after July 1st for us. So Molly was on that, she helped write those, Kathy and Pat are also on that grants committee that help with those, but, yes, so, very excited about that. I did have one question, cause it was written strictly for Nathan, who came and did all of our music classes this year. I don't know now that we have a music teacher, if we should offer it to our music teacher, or if we continue with Nathan since he's already been here. And I'd like your guys' feedback on that.
I think we have to know what the music teacher is going to offer. I know Mr. Navalny has a very specific program that is building blocks, because my own kids have been in his program for, 3 years now. It would be a shame to lose those building blocks.
Right.
Especially if there are going to be more kids taking guitar. So I don't know the skill set of our incoming music teacher, so we should ask those things, but,
Does he even wanna work on a Friday?
I don't know. I 100%. Yep, and that is so true. And Nathan did a great job this year. We had kids in and out, and the growth there was awesome. And we wrote the grant with Nathan in mind. And so I just thought I better throw that out there, thinking now it's going to be Frank's classroom. You know, right before it was just this empty classroom. So it's his classroom that he will be sharing those things with another music educator, and will he be saying, why didn't I have that opportunity?
let's ask. But, I don't know, I'm a big Nathan Navalny fan.
Yeah. Molly, do you have any thoughts on that?
Yeah, for some reason, maybe I can hear you, but I can't hear Patrick.
Sorry, because I'm talking away from the camera.
Yeah, that's a good difference. I know Nathan does have, I think, other lessons maybe before or after, but I would like to see that the new music teacher somehow maybe he can be involved or collaborate somehow. What that looks like, I'm not sure, but yeah, I want to respect that it's the new music teacher's space, and so it might be a sit-down conversation to let them know that we got this grant, it was intended for Nathan, and how can we incorporate him or involve him so we have some buy-in from them, would be my thought.
Sounds great. Frank has been coming in, he's already setting up the classroom and he's been in and out. He's looking for curriculum, so he's already doing some summer things for us. I'll have a conversation with him next time he's here and just kind of let him know where we're at with it, and we'll see what we come up with. And that was my last thing on my report.
All right, next item on the agenda is the athletic director, Josie Schaefer.
Alright, so we have this in front of you, but just a few things since our last time. Obviously all of our sports are wrapped up. Varsity tennis, did amazing. I got to go with them to divisionals in Anaconda. Peyton and Layla finished third, and Aria and Brianna finished fourth there and earned themselves a state berth, so they were able to play the state tournament in Missoula. They went 0-2, but they learned so much, and they are so excited for next year already. And Mr. Seedall's holding open tennis as well right now. Depends on the week, but they've been doing open tennis courts where anybody interested in coming to tennis. And we've had Annika and Fallon, some of our incoming 8th graders have been going to tennis as well, and just getting that experience as well. So that's awesome. District track meet was amazing. Marley and Devin and Shay were all district champions, which was pretty cool to have both Marley and Devin winning the 400, so having both 400 winners from Alberton, and then Shay winning the 800. And then our 4x1 team made it on to divisionals, as well as our 4x4 team. And then out of divisionals, Devin and Shay both earned state opportunities. Devin earned that in the 800 and the 3200, and Shay in the 800. We went over to Laurel, where we had torrential downpours today. It was lots of flooding and stuff, but a great opportunity for the kids. Shay had an amazing first start. Unfortunately, they called it back and had to restart, and he ended up third. Still ran his heart out, still PR'd his senior year, not where he wanted to end, but he still did a fabulous job. And Devin got to get his feet wet, literally and figuratively, and understanding what it means to go to state and run with the best of the best. He was battling some injuries, but still held his own out there, so that was awesome to see as well. Panther Robotics Search and Rescue Team, who got to go to nationals with Coach Manson over there. Evan and Malin worked super hard over 3 days of competition. They did amazing, and you can jump in at any time, in their oral presentation and their communication challenge. And then day two.
They killed it. They absolutely killed it. They competed with some amazing teams on there. We weren't even sure we were gonna podium because there was some really amazing competitors there. So they ultimately took bronze on the national stage.
And it was so cool, if you didn't watch the live feed of that, it was so cool to watch their facial expressions and just everything going on with that in the live feed of them being presented, and I attached those pictures that I
Yes.
had out with the report I sent you guys.
I was yelling a lot. I thought I was gonna pass out.
Varsity volleyball is already happening. We go every Monday. We are playing with Superior and St. Regis, so we have enough girls to compete fully, which has been an awesome experience for not only Alberton students, but also St. Regis and Superior, so that's been great. Basketball's been happening as well. We have 3 girls that have also been playing with St. Regis or Plains, and they're getting that experience that they've been able to commit to all of those states as well. Been working with Jen Zimmerman right now. Coach Callison's out of town for a little bit, but we're working on trying to get those boys some action on the court as well as a team, so hoping to get some of that going as well. And like I said, Mr. Seedall's doing open tennis right now too, so all of our sports are moving along in the right direction.
And Blake is still working on the Friday program, right, with the middle school
They
girls?
are not doing it right now,
Not in the
just
summer.
because of, softball,
Softball,
so
that's
many,
right.
softball,
Yeah.
soccer, so many other things are going on, but yes, you will see his name as well as a number of other coaches. I am still looking for some coaches for the fall, specifically junior high volleyball. So if anybody has any volleyball experience, it would be a B team. What that means, it would just be 5th through 7th graders, so working with our young ones, our 8th graders will be coming up to varsity to be able to play, so it'll just be a B schedule. It's a pretty short season, they don't go on a tournament, but it's a great way to get in there with those girls and to help them get the fundamentals down. So if anyone knows anyone that's interested or has some volleyball background, please have them reach out to me, that would be amazing.
Perfect. Should we reset this? Since probably a good break.
No, cause it'll shut itself off.
Okay. All right.
I don't know if you can,
It said a little bit ago that there was only 10 minutes remaining.
Which is like in
Pretty
second.
sure we are.
Make sure that
Okay.
it's on.
The next line item is the MTSS, brought to us by Rachel Clevenger.
I've already talked a little bit about this, Rachel is helping lead our attendance committee as well as part of our MTSS stuff, and she's just, they've put some really great things together, like I said, focusing on that first 60 days of school and incentives to get kids
It's
here.
a lot of incentive based, like little things, like, oh, this is your first period, you started the day strong, here's a sucker, thanks for popping in, or whatever, like we got it all worked out of it. Spin the wheel versus here's some candy, and it's not gonna be publicized, if you come on the 5th of this month, you get this, it's like, we want it to be, hey, you're here, you showed up, you're showing initiative, here's a little treat or a little reward. And it's K-12, it's not just, or TK-12, I should say, it's not just for, it's separated out based on what we think that the younger kids would like versus the older students would like, so we try to really work hard on that part.
Honestly, I think the incentives help with our kids,
Good,
so.
that's great to hear, so yeah. Okay, here we go, how's that first stop?
Perfect segue.
My meetings back here. If only I could upgrade. We don't want to upgrade, I don't use it enough. Start that beat.
What does it cost to upgrade?
I don't know.
I remember when we looked at it at Clinton a few years ago, it was very expensive. I don't know why, when we started. I said that we could restart it.
It's past the time, you usually can't, it's past the time.
I thought usually,
Just added the time to kick it up.
There it goes. There we go. Start. Okay. Let's see if they come back. back.
Let's see if I can get back up.
That sounded like it hurt.
Snap, crackle, pop.
All right.
Here's mom. And we can just watch and see if Evelyn comes back, and I'll pop in if she
Welcome
does.
back.
Thanks, Molly. We also are putting some things together, earlier this year, we started working on it in the spring, but starting right out of the gate, kids that are having attendance problems, setting up contracts, setting up parent meetings, those kinds of things, and really getting to the root of why aren't they here and what's going on, and having more conversations with that. And I think starting that early is going to be very helpful for our tier 2 and tier 3 kids that are not coming to school even with the incentives, like what's going on and how can we support them and support their families to get those kids here. So that is also going to be a focus of ours in the fall. And then, like I said, open house night, we're going to put this out to parents. Here's all the great things we're doing this for 60 days. Here's a bingo card for different things you can do at home, for prizes for families also, and try to include families just a little bit more in it. Yeah. Open house will be, oh, I should have.
The 18th?
18th, yes. That sounds right. And that'll be for a couple of hours where we'll have food for them again. I'll do some kind of presentation in the gym where we talk about all this, and then they have time to go into the classrooms, and meet with teachers.
Okay.
Okay, I think that's good with MTSS, unless you guys have questions.
Thank you for the hard work on that. Item 7, discussion and agenda action items. To approve the school bus routes for 26-27.
And those, Clay brought those to us, we have to approve them in June, so we can go to the county in July and share these out at the county meeting. So Clay had a couple of very small changes.
Okay.
But, nothing major, kids are still being picked up on the right side of the road. We'll use the expedition again, and then still have the route up Petty Creek and the route that goes to 9 Mile. And we have Jacqueline Henschel, who we've just hired, she'll take one of the routes. I think she's gonna take the 9 Mile route, Sandy will stay. Her and Clay will be working on the Petty Creek route, and then Harry will stay with the expedition route as of right now.
Okay. Do we have a motion to approve?
I motion to approve the bus routes for 2026 and 2027.
I'll second.
Having first and second, to approve the 2026-2027 school bus routes. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye? All those, anyone opposed? No one's opposed. Motion carries. All right, next agenda item is to approve coaches for the 2026-2027 school year.
And I attached a sheet there that has all of our coaches. As she had said, we do not have a junior high, girls volleyball coach.
There's a couple assistants that we don't have right
Or an
now,
assistant for the boys
but
basketball.
everything else is filled. And then we'll pick up another in track coach by then, I'm not worried.
Yes.
And Sammy will not join us.
She doesn't know, but she, after being injured, she was a little, there was a lot at the end of the year, so I'm giving her some time
I
to
do
breathe,
not
and then I'm
blame
gonna
her.
bring her back around.
Okay, so asterisk on that one.
Yes. So approve the coaches as listed.
All right.
Yeah.
Do we have a motion to approve the coaches as listed?
I move to approve the coach list, or coaches as listed.
We have a
Second.
Second. Having a first and second to approve the coaches as listed. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. And no one is opposed, so motion carried. Item 3, to approve the independent contractor for the school nurse contract, Jen Donovan of the Mineral County Health Department.
Jen Donovan comes every Wednesday. She's here every Wednesday for us, and then occasionally different days if things come up. She comes in, she'll do immunizations. We also have community members that'll come in and get shots and do different things. But she's such a great resource for us, and so she helped with all of our sex ed classes this year, getting everything set up for that, and Mineral County Health Department's a great resource. She also helps oversee the fun run, so we really wanna keep Jen around. We love Jen, we need Jen. I gave you the contract, as she said, it's the same contract that they had done before, but, and so no changes in the cost or anything like that.
Is it just going to be effective that day, cause it says made this day?
Yes. The 1st of July 2026, you can fill in there. It's already been signed by them.
I mean, it's already filled out with 1st of July, it's just today happens to be the 23rd.
Yes, but it won't take effect till July 1st.
Fair enough. Do we have a motion to approve?
I motion to approve the independent contractor school nurse contract with Jen Donovan.
Do we have a second?
I second that.
Having a first and second to approve the independent contractor for school nurse contract, Jen Donovan of the Mineral County Health Department. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Alright, motion carries. Next, to approve independent contractor Josie Hayes Johnson, with she's a tier 3 mental health specialist.
And Josie asked to lessen her hours a little bit for next year, but she still wants to stay on as our tier 3 person. She does some specific therapy with kids. She works with families also. She's part of our student support team as well. She helped with a bunch of the attendance stuff in the spring. So she does a number of different things. She's going to have an intern this year that is very interested in supporting mental health with middle and high school students. So Josie's I've moved her over to this building, so we'll have somebody over here working with our middle high school students and doing some extra work with them in small groups. So excited to have that as well. But we'd like to keep Josie on for another year.
How much reduction in hours?
It was only like 3 to 5. I think she was 15 to 20, and now she'll be 12 to 15.
Okay.
Varying, so it's not that much of a difference.
Alright, do we have a motion to approve independent contractor Josie Hayes Johnson, our tier 3 mental health specialist?
I motion to approve independent contractor Josie Hayes Johnson for tier 3 mental health specialist.
Do we have a second?
I'll second.
Alright, having a first and second to approve independent contractor Josie Hayes Johnson, our tier 3 mental health specialist. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, motion carries. Next is we're looking to approve Kelly Tholstrom as building substitute for 2026-2027.
She was our assistant cook. She already knows staff. She knows the kids, having them through the line and those kinds of things. And like I said, she just really wants to get out into the classrooms. And I said, are you comfortable with kindergarten? Are you comfortable with high school? And she's willing to be anywhere. So I think she'll be a good fit.
Has she substituted at all before?
No. So we'll do training like we do with all of our new subs and run her through that training, get her into some classrooms the first week of school so she can get the support there that she needs from teachers.
I motion to approve Kelly Tholstrom as building substitute for 2026-2027.
Do we have a second?
I'll second it.
Alright, having a first and second to approve Kelly Tholstrom as building superintendent for the 2026-2027.
Superintendent?
Sorry, substitute.
Super, I'm out.
See if you approve it or not.
It was not a slip. She's got a big promotion. Alright, let me have a do-over there. Approve Kelly Tholstrom as building substitute for 2026-2027. It's not a Freudian slip. No. Alright, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Anybody opposed? Clearly I wasn't opposed, but I would have not. Next item, approve Amanda Johansson as a parent family advocate.
Amanda interned for us in the fall. under Josie Hayes Johnson and really found a niche working with families. And she did some parent, and family therapy sessions, like in the evenings, dinners and those kinds of things. She actually has some parents that come in and do a little counseling. She works with some of our staff also, counseling, or therapy sessions. And so she also joined our student support team. She did a great job for us this year and just really found a great niche there. So we've gotten a couple of small grants already to cover part of her salary. Her and I have a second call with, I wish I would've brought the name of it. Another grant that we had asked for $5,000, for rural mental health services. And we sent in the initial paperwork information on what we were looking for. The lady actually called us and said, well, we actually have these $50,000 grants that we give to $50,000 over 2 years, so $25,000 each year, which would more than cover what her, since she's part-time. And so we have a meeting on the 30th with their whole team to look at our application, which would be amazing. So, we'll know more about that in July.
I would also consider, I don't know who at the school has applied for and or received Headwaters Go, but I believe based off their stipulations, that, I mean, last year was $8,500, so this would be a perfect, like, match to what they are looking to achieve. And if there are other, in addition to the school, perhaps there are, some additional nonprofits that existed more than 2 years that would be able to apply for that and perhaps steal those funds this way.
That would be helpful because we already use the schools for Josie Hayes Johnson.
Okay.
That covers part of Josie Hayes's, salary, that $8,500.
So let's start asking around.
Yes, I don't know how that works.
We can help you with that.
Okay. I like extra money.
We all do. All those in favor, or do we have a first or second motion to
I have a
approve?
question.
Okay.
Yes.
What if grant money runs out, how are we keeping?
This fiscal year, we've got grant money to cover half of it, and then we will cover in, our general fund, and we have funds in there to cover that for her this year. So that's for this year. If we get that big grant, it would be over 2 years to help out some more. She knows that it's kind of a year to year, cause it's based, right, and so she knows that it's based on grant money and grant funding and those kinds of things, so. And she has been reaching out, knocking down doors also. She's worked with Mineral County, gotten one of the 2 grants we asked for, and they're helping do some extra things for free to help offset some of the costs as well, like our babysitting course, so, yeah.
And I guess feedback to my understanding is her courses were so popular, there was actually a waiting list.
Yes, so she's going to do a summer one. If we approve her, she has a full another group ready, that is interested because the parenting class went so well, so yes.
So amazing resource for our community.
Yep.
All right. Do we have a motion to approve Amanda Johansson, parent family advocate?
I motion to approve Amanda Johansson for parent family advocate. Is there a time limit on it?
Oh, for 26-27 school year.
26-27.
We have a second.
I'll second it.
Having a first and second to approve Amanda Johansson, parent family advocate for the 2026-2027 school year. All those in favor, please say aye. Aye. All those opposed? Motion carries. Welcome for another year, Amanda. We have another to approve Jen Fredette is communications director for the 2026-2027 school year.
All of her job is done, virtually, and so even though they're moving, she's able to work through it virtually. We've got a couple of things that we need to set up to get a little bit better communication. I found out later on, like, there are teachers that are sending things to, and either it takes a while or something, so we gotta work through that, but just, she knows all of our platforms, and it's just not something I wanna take on this year. I don't have the capacity, Evelyn doesn't have the capacity. Alicia and I talked about her helping with it, she doesn't have the capacity right now either. I would love to find a way to get it internal, but I feel like this year to just have Jen here for one more year to help us, and then we get trained on all of these platforms, cause that's gonna take some time also. Get the training on doing our emergency services, doing the Aptigee, those kinds of things. Our website, she does all of that. I think it would be nice to have it eventually, like in-house, but this year I would like to keep her on at least one more year, since she knows it all and is already doing all of those things.
Alright, let's see how that goes. We have a motion to approve Jen Fredette as Communication Director for 2026-2027 school year.
I motion
I'll
to,
make the, oh, go ahead.
oh, you go ahead.
I, motion to approve Jeanette as the communication director for 2026.
We have a second.
Second.
Having a first and second to approve Jen Fredette as Communication Director for the 2026-2027 school year. All those in favor, please say aye. Aye.
And
Motion carries. Agenda item 8 here, discussion and to approve Puritan cleaning services for night custodial work for 2026-2027.
And I sent you guys their proposal that they sent to us, just a list of all the things they'll do daily, weekly, monthly. This would be them cleaning both the elementary and the high school. So we wouldn't have to have a night custodian on staff, they would do it all. The nice thing about this also is if their person is sick, they have to come out and still take care of, and so it kind of takes it out of our hands. We've done 2 different walkthroughs with them with all of the things that we need and what we want. And we changed a couple of things around and they're like, sounds great to us, didn't change the price on it at all. They also, because they would like it to be 12 months, I said, well, we won't need you in the summer, and they said, well, what do you do for cleaning in the summer? And said, well, we would love to work with you on cleaning rooms, so we could possibly not have to hire kids in the summer also, and they could help do the work with Matt and Connie. So I think it's worth a try for at least a year for us, because of the struggles that we've had with night custodians this year. And just, it's really difficult with kids. I mean, your teachers are gonna shake their heads yes also. I mean, it just is.
More sanitary to have.
Yes.
Things will be clean.
Yeah.
Well, and I imagine just cost-wise, if we're not paying into retirement and health insurance and et cetera, that it should be at least a neutral.
Yes, yeah. Mhm.
All right, I love it. Do we have a motion to approve Puritan cleaning services for night custodial work for 2026-2027 school year and beyond, I guess, 12 months?
Yeah, it's a 12-month contract, and then if it all goes well and we like it, then we can just renew each year.
Cool.
Yeah.
And this is a good price.
Yes, there are a number of other school districts that actually use Puritan to clean schools, and I got nothing but good feedback from them, so. And this guy brought donuts to like 4 of my superintendent's meetings, trying to like work with all of us, so I say yes.
All right, do we have a motion to approve?
I motion to approve Puritan cleaning services for night custodial work for 2026-2027.
Do we have a second?
Second.
Having a first and second to approve Puritan cleaning services for night custodial work for the 2026-2027 school year. All those in favor, please say aye. Aye.
When do they start?
Yeah, when do they start?
Huh?
When do they start?
We will not start until school starts
Okay.
with them, because we've already hired the summer cleaners for the summer. So we'll start, once school starts, August, I think I gave her the date of August 17th or 18th, somewhere around
Do
there.
they send like a crew or is this one person?
I think it's a partner team that'll do it. I don't know for sure.
Well, we're gonna,
Nice to walk in and I don't smell
Yes.
children.
Yeah, teachers do enough, they don't have to wipe down afterwards.
Oh.
all right. The next item is discussion to approve property and liability insurance renewal for 2026-2027 with MSGIA. I mean, we don't really have an alternative, and we have, so.
We just felt it was appropriate to bring it to the board meeting.
I
It's a big
appreciate it.
check.
How big is that check?
$53,000.
53, oh, 246.
$53,246.
Is this around what we usually pay?
Yeah.
Yes. Yes, it actually went down a little bit this year.
I think it went up a little bit. I looked at,
Sean Bub told me it went down.
Says there's a discount.
there's a discount on here.
Okay,
No claims.
I thought the check for the year prior was like 49,000. I kinda looked a couple years back. It looks like it goes up a couple thousand every year.
there's a new company that's just getting started with this that they have presented. And so I think next year to like at least have a conversation with them. But 95% of the school districts in the state use MSGIA because it's the real option.
Okay.
It's in Montana.
All right, do we have a motion to approve the property and liability insurance renewal for 26-27 school year with MSGIA? Not really having another choice, so.
I motion to approve property and liability insurance renewal for 2026-2027 with MSGIA.
Do we have a second?
Yeah, I'll second.
All right, having a first and second, all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, sorry, aye.
And the great news is they are really good to work with. I mean, you call and you get a return right away and they'll work through you, anything with you. So I do appreciate Sean and, Matt, who we work with. And that's the one that came and did a facilities walkthrough that was very helpful as well for Matt. Okay,
Okay,
can we,
we're getting close, we got
yes,
another
we're
minute.
almost done. Yep, but only a couple things on there.
3 more.
Okay,
All right, number 10 is informational, Chelsea Osborne resignation from the independent contractor contract.
we were hoping that Chelsea would stay on, just to finish out Foxy and finish out this fiscal year, but she's got some things going on in Texas, so she wrote her resignation that we shared with you guys. So Sarah's, trying to figure things out. She is figuring things out. She's putting in a lot of hours. She's doing a great job. We've got she's got Aunt Masbo that's helping just a little bit. On Friday, my old business clerk from Clinton is gonna come out and work with her on a couple of things as well. And she also has the lady that she used to work with in Frenchtown, that Shauna, who has said she'll come in and help her as well. I'll let you talk for yourself, but, she's, like I said, working her tail off, her and Evelyn. And, what I've seen so far has been amazing, so I really appreciate Sarah and the hard work that she's put in. Yeah, I really do. I'm learning a lot with her.
Yes, he's got a lot to do.
Yes, yeah.
All right, well, should you tune in, thanks Chelsea for your service. The next one is to accept the resignation of Ray Fredette from the Board of Trustees. So, yeah,
In that letter, I shared with you guys also in the packet, and so Ray and his family are moving to Charlotte, and so he won't be in district, so he has resigned. And he was going to stay through August with us, but we are doing a board training in July, so just realizing that getting a new board member in here would be very helpful, so we just need you to have that new board member in here and then them be at the training also, and so we're all on the same page, starting beginning of the school year. So I guess you just have to accept it. I
yeah.
don't think there has to be a motion or anything, cause you can't not accept it, sorry. He's moving out of the county.
denied.
I'll call him and tell him it was denied.
Well, I guess, yeah, we accept that. I appreciate, if you tune in too, Ray, thank you for your service to this community and, this district. It is, bittersweet, your departure, so.
He was great to work with us first year and really helped me through a lot of things, so he'll be missed for sure.
Absolutely.
But a new venture for all of us, we got this, guys.
That's right, it's gonna be a great school year.
Yes.
Things are gonna shape up, just things we've covered tonight, I think we're set up for success.
I agree.
All right, last item on the agenda is discussion, procedures for nominating a new trustee.
So I shared the procedure policy with you guys, just so you know how that works. Basically, is what we have to do is we announce it out to the community. in all of the different avenues and say we have a board position open. We give 2 weeks, and if anybody's interested, they send a letter or an email saying, I'm interested in being interviewed by the board. Any letter that we get, you have to interview. So if it's one person we interview, if it's 10, we have to interview all of them. There's a list of questions through MTSBA that we will just pull up and we'll ask the same questions. We'll pull one person in, ask them the questions, pull in the next person. It's all public though, because it's a board meeting. And so all of the people.
Back when I had to do it, they just lined us up on
Yep.
chairs.
Mhm.
I had to go against Ray, it was like, oh, never.
And so it just is asking a few questions and then we go into closed session. The board and Sarah and I go into closed session and we vote. And we have to have a unanimous vote, all agreeing to this person. If not, then we go back and ask more questions or whatever we need to do until we choose the person that the board feels is the right person. I would like to open this as soon as we can and then set up a special board meeting to get that person in before our July 20th training. So I know we'll have to look at what schedules look like for you guys, if that's at all possible to do that.
I can be pretty flexible, yeah.
Okay.
Yep. So yeah,
Okay.
I do have a question.
Yep.
What is it about nominating? Does someone have to be nominated, or can they just do the letter on their own and say that they want to do it?
Yes,
Perfect.
yeah.
Okay.
that's what
I don't understand why it says that also, so like, you could go ahead and nominate Josie if you wanted to, but Josie has to say yes.
Yeah.
So she has to be a part of that letter, you know, so yes, so
Okay.
if you guys have, I can't reach out and say, hey, I want Josie to be on our board, I can't do that, Sarah and I can't be a part of that. You guys can, and so can our staff, if they know of anybody that would be interested in joining our board, then you guys can have conversations if you would like to with people. And then Sarah and I will get the questions from MTSBA, so we have those all ready to go. But if we put this out tomorrow, we could start looking at dates 2 weeks from tomorrow that work for you guys to interview people.
please do.
Okay. Do you guys need to look at your calendars for the interview nights?
Well, let's see.
Well, let's talk about what that would be.
Yeah.
I guess 2 weeks.
That's 4th of July.
Or if we have one person interested and we don't wanna reach out to everybody else, we just interview one person. We can't do that, we have to open it to everybody. So 2 weeks, 2 weeks from tomorrow would be the 8th.
Is that-
No, tomorrow, from tomorrow, cause I have to post it tomorrow. I'll post, that'll be the first thing I do tomorrow. So I can post it tomorrow morning, it has to be posted for 2 weeks. And so either the 8th or the 9th, 8th, I don't know what, yeah,
I'm available the 8th and the 9th.
okay,
Is that right?
Yep.
Evening?
okay.
Yes, I'm also available.
Yes, I would think probably same time as board meeting time, 6:30. Okay, do you wanna do the 8th at 6:30?
Sure.
Okay,
Question, does that work for you? We used to meet at 6.
well, we could do earlier if we want to also.
I just wanted, because before it was, we were meeting that late for Karina. I didn't know if you guys, this time I barely made it. Say future.
Oh, you want it to be later?
No,
Earlier.
earlier.
She's saying like.
The board meetings were at 6 o'clock, and then they got bumped back to 6:30. And that's up to you guys if, and maybe you wanna wait till we get the 5th person on and then have that
Yeah.
conversation and look at it, that direction. So should we say 6:30 on June 8th?
Yes.
Any
Or
citizen, July, June 8th would be real hard.
We got time machines. science
Fancy
class.
time machine, okay. So I will put the notice out, I'll have Jen post that, and I'll post it at the post office and the store, July 8th at 6:30. We will have the questions here available, anybody can show up, and then we'll interview all the people that show up. But they do need to send a written letter of like, I am interested in being on the board, so we know how many
Well,
people.
they can drop off the letter
Yeah,
too.
they could drop off the letter, they can also email Sarah and I. And I'll put that all in the notice. And I'll share that notice with you guys as well, so you see what the notice is.
Do we want, just in case, to cover our bases, do we want to move it to Thursday? Should something not get posted, or someone gets, breaks the, stubs a toe, and it doesn't get posted? We know 100% it'll be posted tomorrow?
She's gonna schedule post it right now.
I'm just,
It will get posted tomorrow.
okay, July 8th.
The 9th does not work very well for me, so
Fair
the
enough.
8th would be real great. I mean,
July
I
8th
can
is-
make the 9th work if I had to.
Okay, July 8th it is.
Okay, July 8th at 6:30, I will post it first thing tomorrow. I will call Jen and say it has to be posted, just so she knows per the
Yep.
policy stuff. And then what I will do is I will send out a board agenda, because it will be a board meeting, it'll be a special board meeting. So I'll send out the agenda, and all that will be on the agenda is that.
Okay, I will mention the next board meeting, beforehand, and then we'll adjourn. The next scheduled board meeting is July 20th, 2026.
Nope, it's not now.
It's not now. We're also gonna have a training in between there too, aren't we?
No, that is the training.
Oh.
The board training is July 20th.
Then
So the next board meeting is July 8th.
is July 8th
Oh, I thought
at
that one was
6:30
just a
PM. Probably here in this room, again.
Yes,
And then following that, we will have a meeting on July 20th, 2026, probably also in this room, because it will be cooler in
Yes.
this room. So, there you go. Do we have a motion to adjourn?
I motion.
We have a,
Clarifying question, is
Yep.
so there's no board meeting on July 14th, correct?
no board meeting on July 14th.
I'm sorry,
nope, nothing on the 14th. 8th and the 20th. Does that work for you?
it does.
Okay, perfect. Do we have a second to adjourn? All right, having a first and second to adjourn, all those in favor, please say aye.
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 Great.
All right, thank you for
Okay.
coming, everyone.
I will get this out tomorrow
Thanks,
and
Molly.
let people know we're looking for another board member.
Yeah, that's fair.
Um,